Hi, I've already fucked this up. Hi guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sawyer, or aka Fiery Ginger. This is going to be the first episode of my channel, and I already realized I'm going to have to take my glasses off because blind. So, on this channel, we're going to discuss a few different things. I think what I'm going to end up doing is setting it up to where it's going to be sort of like a life vlogging channel, but there's going to be like different sub playlists. And because I know I kind of want to do like a cooking one, and then maybe like a book review one, because I'm really big into reading right now. Might also do some like makeup here and there, like, you know, go figure, another guy doing makeup. But so I think that's what we're gonna do. I might do some Amazon reviews because, you know, I'm an Amazon whore. And we're just gonna sit and discuss things. So the first thing you want to do whenever you open up my channel is you just want to pour yourself something to drink, and we're just gonna start off. I don't know if I can open mine. I'm weak. Let's see here. You know what that sound was? You know what that sound is. Alrighty, and let's see if I can get some ASMR into this. Oh yes, refreshing. We fill it to the top because we're like Karen Walker. If you don't know who Karen Walker is, then you need to watch some Will and Grace, because Will and Grace is where it's at. Some more ASMR for your ears. Okay. But yeah, so it's going to be like a life vlogging channel where we're going to do a bunch of different things. Like I said, I have an unboxing video for the cooking channel that I want to have, the cooking playlist. And like, we just recently moved, so everything I have is still kind of being unboxed or boxing. So every video is going to be an unboxing video. But no, I have an unboxing video planned for a big purchase that I've wanted for my almost entire adult existence, and some of my high school like nerdiness that I wanted, and I finally got it. The pandemic. My cat just jumped and hit the door, and it sounded like she like ran into it. But it was something I wanted for my entire like adult existence, and I finally got it thanks to the pandemic, because like me and my husband like kind of was like, we got to strap down, we got to stop spending so much money on all this excess stuff, because we didn't know if either one of us was going to lose our job. And luckily he works for a university, so he didn't lose his job, but my hours got severely cut at my job, so we were a little worried. So we started being kind of tightwads and not spend happy like I usually am. But so we ended up saving a lot of money and putting money back, because we knew we would be moving, and then we were just like, let's put this money back. So after we moved and got all of our stuff situated, like all of our deposit and all that stuff paid, after that we're like, how much money do we have left over? And I was able to purchase something that I will show y'all in the next video. Maybe the next video, could be one after that. But it was just something, it doesn't match our kitchen, but I didn't really care about the color. I was just like, it's on sale and I'm buying it because I had to have it in that moment. And one of my coworkers was like, oh yeah, my mom got one, and it was super cheap for what it is. And you'll think it's super cheap, hopefully. But I got it, and I was like so pumped. And like I said, I have an unboxing video ready for it, and it's going to be a true unboxing because I still haven't even unboxed it. Like, we literally got it in the mail. Excuse me. And then it was like 3 days later we started moving. So Rob was like, don't unpack it, don't touch it, just wait. And as impatient as I am, I waited. It broke me, but I waited. But yeah, so I know I definitely want to do some like book reviews for sure, because I just finished the entire Shadow and Bone trilogy. I think I read the entire 3 books in 3 days, 4 days tops. Like, I know I read Ruin and Rising in one day, and I'm pretty sure I read all of Shadow and Bone in like maybe a day and a half. So yeah, we'll do some book reviews here and there, maybe some adult beverage reviews. Um, but yeah, so if you know any good book suggestions, drop those in the comments because I'm always looking for new ones. I read a lot of regular adult fiction, YA. I do some kids fiction if it's good. I'll do some historical fiction depending on what time period it is. Like, I don't like Wild West fiction, anything like that. Like, no Western. Ugh. I tried reading a biography, and I forgot what it was, like the Worldwide Vet by Dr. Evan Anton. And let's be real, I wanted to read the book because he's beautiful. That's about it. And I thought it'd kind of be a lot like a Jeff Corwin, Steve Irwin. I know that one's right. I figured it would be a lot like a telling of his life, sort of, because they're very similar. But it ended up being a good book. It's just I had never read a biography, and if you've never read a biography, then I don't blame you. But yeah, once my office and once our apartment is completely done, like we've got everything set up, I might do like an apartment tour. Who knows? I feel like that's fun, funky, fresh. Also, if you're wondering why I look so glistening and dewy, it's not because I'm just naturally this greasy, even though I kind of am. But I just got out of the shower not long ago, and I have on like a very, very thick like after moisturizer. Turns out the Jergens in like the little pink jar that smells like fresh old woman, it's actually not terrible for your skin, surprisingly. Like, you know, I'm like everybody else right now, addicted to TikTok. So it was one of those purchases like where like a dermatologist or an esthetician or somebody was like, oh my god, this isn't terrible for you, and like old women might be onto something. And I've always said that my entire life because my grandma was a genius. But yeah, it smells like straight out of like a curler hair salon from the 30s, 40s. She got on Estee Lauder, Jadelle door number 4, whatever red door it is. I'm expecting like Charlize Theron to walk up out my closet door right now because I'll be smelling so dignified. We'll go with that. But yeah, that's why I'm so greasy. Apparently, like laying on a super thick layer of like some moisturizer that's traps in all that moisture. I learned the term last night from one of the Walsh brothers. I don't know now. I'm sorry if y'all ain't never seen this. But it's called slugging. So if you ain't taking a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, then you ain't caking it on enough. Like, whenever I tell you, like, I look wet, she is glistening. I think I have an eyelash stuck in here somewhere. But yeah, slugging, try it. But yeah, so that's going to be my channel in sort of like a nutshell. You know, I might take y'all along for some of the rides whenever we go here or there, like, you know, my excessive trips to the plant store, because again, like all the other gays, I'm addicted to plants. I feel like maybe I was into that before it got mainstream. I like to think I am. I like to think I'm old enough to not be mainstream until like 5 of my younger coworkers tell me, oh, that's kind of mainstream. And then I'm just like, go back to your Truly Twisteds. And there's another drink that I feel like is really popular right now that I'm just kind of like, this is the new Mike's Hard Lemonade. Calm down. But yeah, like I said, reading suggestions. If you have any like ideas that you might want me to do like on this channel. Like I said, we might do some makeup here and there because I used to do makeup 24/7. Like right now, all my palettes are currently residing in a box that's labeled makeup palettes, fragile as my mental health. So if you're like me and you're one of those millennials and you got mental health, I'm right there with you. I think it's just a norm now for us all to have ADHD or some type of anxiety at this point. COVID really like put mine over the edge for me this year. Like, I was one of those really crazy people when it come to COVID, and I still sort of pretty am crazy about it. Like, I'm super cautious, just because a lot of people in my family have health problems right now that if they was to get it, it would really impact them probably. But yeah, so like, for instance, one night, like, I was sitting on the couch, and I think me and Rob was like watching. I think we were watching Fired Up is what we were actually watching, because I was just like, F you. Yeah, Fired Up. And the movie was over, and my nose, just out of nowhere, got congested, and I immediately started panicking. I was like, oh my God, I have COVID. This is what happens when you get the Rona. I was like, I work with the public. I've been exposed to the Rona. I'm going to get it and die now, and this is what's happening. And so I just remember I was like sitting there, and I was like trying to like sniff, and I couldn't like breathe through my nose, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, can I smell anything? I'm like, I think I can smell scents. I'm like, does this have flavor? Panicked. And whenever I tell you I panicked, I made myself have a panic attack. So I immediately ran downstairs and got my inhaler, and I was like, oh my God, Sawyer, don't pass out. And I thought I was having a heart attack. And so the next morning, one of my really, really good friends, she is she's my NP, or is that what it is? My NP, nurse practitioner, whatever she is. She's my regular doctor, nurse person that I go see. I'm like, girl, can you get me in tomorrow? And then she's like, yeah, maybe. She's like, why? And I was like, because I think I might have COVID. And she was like, okay, yeah, sure, let's come get tested and all that. So like, I go get tested, and it comes back negative, and she's like, you're negative, girl, calm down. And I was like, okay, but I think I had a heart attack. So, you know, I do the most, because I'll always be doing the most. I don't half-ass anything, usually. And I was just like, let's do an EKG, something super funny. Like, the girls come in, they're like hooking me up to this EKG, and I'm just like, you come here often? And trying to like not be a nervous wreck, because doctors already make me a nervous wreck. But, you know, panic going to the doctor 80 million times to get tested for Rona this year has kind of helped me with that. However, now I have like a dental phobia, so it is what it is. So like, they do my EKG, and they're like, it's normal, it's anxiety, try a pill, let's go. So, you know, crippling anxiety is now manageable anxiety instead of crippling. But yeah, I always feel like it's so awkward to look straight into the camera. I know people say this all the time that start a YouTube channel. They're just like, how do you get past just looking straight at the camera? Because I feel like I want to zone out whenever I look at it, and I'm just like, who am I looking at out there? Is anybody listening to me? Like, I'm like that scene from Titanic. Is anyone alive out there? I might add that in. Is there anyone alive out there? But yeah, I just spaced parts of ADHD. I can't think of anything now. Anyways, if you would like some, like I said, drop some book comments in the suggestion below. Drop book suggestions in the comments below, not in the suggestions below. Depending on what you suggest, I probably already have it, because I buy books religiously. In the last 2 weeks, I think I've bought 18. So, you know, I can just grab a few from where I'm sitting right now at my desk. Song of Achilles, you know, heard great things about this book. What else did I just recently buy? This one is not a new one, but Boyfriend Material. Yeah, a lot of these are gay books, because I'm on a gay literature kick right now, because I read Red, White, and Royal Blue. Ugh, if you've never read it, super great book. So cheesy, so cute. It's the, like, basically, like, enemies to friends to lovers trope that happens. Super great story. Love it. And then, of course, you know, TikTok made me buy it. They both die in the end. Adam Silvera, ready to cry probably after I drink the rest of this wine adult beverage. Who knows, I might read that one. I'm on Six of Crows right now because one of my friends suggested Six of Crows, and they're like, this is the best Leah Bardugo the book series that she's written, and I was like, okay. And so, like, you know me, I love to spend money, so I bought Shadow and Bone, all three of those. I bought Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, and then I think I bought King of Scars as well. My cat can hear me talking in here, so she's putting her paws under the door and doing this number, like, come hither thee slut and let me in. So yeah, she's definitely doing that. She's an attention hog for a cat. She loves to be held like a human, or like just held in general. But yeah, I mean, I'll read anything. So anything you suggest, really. I'm like, my bookshelves are like a mishmash of a little bit of everything. Like, I have some poetry, like one of my all-time favorite poetry books. Let me get it here. Take Me With You, Andrea Gibson. She came to my college, and whenever I tell you, I think from the moment she opened her mouth, I sobbed. It was so good. She's super good. And then, of course, some R.H. Sin. He's really good as well. Probably one of my favorite poets of all time. This book, really good. But yeah, so I'll just take you on all sorts of journeys on my channel. I'm also really big into gardening as well, and plants. Like, I just put out some of my seeds the other day, along with some of my other plants in general. Like, we grow a lot of tomatoes, even though tomato anything gives me killer heartburn. Breathe fire. I put out tomatoes. I tried to do, I'm trying to grow basil, peppermint, chives, something else, all from seeds. So we'll see how it goes. Tennessee weather's crazy, so we could have 80 degrees tomorrow, and then we could have a flood the next day, and then, you know what, it's going to drop down to the 40s probably, and we're going to have frost, and then 3 days later we're going to have an ice storm because climate change. Greta was onto something. We need to be onto something. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you now. I'm gonna finish this off and then maybe go finish Six of Crows and go to bed because I work tomorrow and every other day of this sick and wretched life. So, bye y'all.